I think that worked. Hey, Cosmo here. Welcome to another attempt
Nice
on...
build you got there.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was just going to have a little walk around the park and, yeah, have a look to see what's left to do. I have been sort of building on this for about 5 years, on and off. I started back September 2016. So I was going to have a little walk around, see what's left to be done. So this is how it started, really. My little boats coming in there. These were good fun to build as well. Although now I can put armor stands in, I could always have a few people on it as well, couldn't I? That'd be good. Extra addition. This is actually a completely flat world, all made out of
It
grass.
takes me 1 hour, then also it looks like trash.
Yeah, but that's one of those things, right? An hour is just progress, right? It just takes time. Are you looking at reference materials when you're building, or are you just building from off of memory, you know? I think if you're, you know, I think it takes practice, you know. If you look at reference pictures and get an idea for, you know, the architectural layout
Reference.
from reference. Okay, cool. Well, that's just, that's the best way to start. Definitely. I mean, that's what I do. Especially with Disney, what I tend to do here is I have reference pictures. I have Google Maps open all the time, Google Earth, and I'll look at pictures and I'll go from those and use them for perspective. You know, so especially with buildings are quite easy to get perspective for because a doorway is the size of a doorway, right? So once you know how tall a door is and you know how tall a window is in comparison, you just go from there. Keep it really simple. I start off building with dirt, or I tend to use these blocks actually a lot because you can count them very easily. These or granite are really good for building with because you can just build up and you can quickly count how many blocks you just place because it's just really obvious. But as you do that with normal stone or something, you can't really count as easily. So that's how I tend to do it. It gives me archways, and I'll just go from there. It's just building layers. I think Disney was one of the best things I decided to start doing, um, just because it gives you that point of things to build. Right, that's one of the biggest problems I had initially when I started playing Minecraft was what do I build? Where do I even start? So doing something like this was a great idea for me because it just gave me inspiration. I mean, this is just buildings and shops, right? So it's fine. But then as you start going out into the park, you got Splash Mountain over there, so you got roller coaster rides. You can put all your mine carts down. You got the monorail over here. You got Space Mountain over the back there. I haven't finished that yet because it's such a big building. But so it gives you so much stuff. And obviously, you've got a massive castle. Um, so it just gives you so many things. I mean, building something like Disney in Minecraft is perfect. It gives you use of so many of the functions within Minecraft. Um, this is one of the later things I built. The fact that I couldn't fit adventure on there with an E on the end really annoys me. But it's all good. Adventure is out there. This is one of the later things I built. That's why it feels a little bit better, I think. Like the ground's textured, it feels more immersive, I think. Can't you tell I watch B-Dubs videos?
How long did it take to make this?
I started September 2016. Was when I first started building this Minecraft. Um, but I haven't been building it non-stop since then. I probably had a good few months gaps between building. So I tend to have like a few months where I'll build, and then I'll go a few months where I just actually forget about it, or I'm busy doing other stuff, and then I'll come back to it again for a couple of weeks. Time midnight, bam. So I've lit it all up at night time as well. You see, I ain't been cheating. I've been doing this properly. Everything's lit up. So even night time looks good. Hiding all the lights and
I
stuff
have a
is...
channel, but it's terrible XD. I only have 4 vids.
That's fine though, man. Everyone's got to start somewhere, right? Especially with YouTube. YouTube's such a long game, man. I've been doing YouTube for years at this point, and I've still only got like, I've got like 300 followers now, which I'm grateful for. But it takes a long, long time. And also, you want to learn the craft. If you have a viral video that gets you several thousand videos in one day, and you haven't built up your ability to make content yet, you're going to struggle. You're going to plateau really quick. So watch any decent YouTuber. They've been doing it for years before they actually make any movement in YouTube, and you need to really because you got to better maintain that integrity of content quality. If you make one amazing video and then the rest of your videos aren't up that same level of quality, you're going to lose all those followers, and you'll lose heart, because you feel like you didn't, you feel like, oh, I need to keep making that content. And you haven't really learnt that craft yet, so it
Oh
becomes a
wait, no,
practice.
I only have 2.
That's all good. Just keep, if there's something you want to do, man, keep making YouTube videos.
I
I
deleted some because cringe.
Yeah. Well, I may. If maybe I should do it sometime. I should go back over my YouTube videos and go back to stuff I made when I first started making YouTube content, because it just takes practice. Learning to talk on camera is a weird thing. I mean, live streams a bit easier because then you've actually got someone to interact with. The biggest thing I find with making YouTube content is not having an audience to talk to. Um, Trying to be funny when you're on your own is really weird because you're just like, I got to laugh at my own jokes, which is just surreal. Anyway, I mean, I'm happy to laugh at my own jokes. I'm an idiot, but yeah, it's much easier to have an audience to bounce off of, right? Trying to do this on your own is
I
a
have a
lot harder.
funny joke.
You want to tell me a joke? Go for it. I'm up for a joke. So there's that there. This is the stuff I've been focusing on at the moment, really. This is what I've spent the last couple of weeks working on, really, is building this section here. Yesterday I did a live stream for a couple of hours working on this particular section here. Boom. So let me get you the full view. So when you come through here, you've got a framing of Splash Mountain in front of you, and then you've got these buildings here starting to come together. This bit here feels quite nice. I quite enjoy this bit.
Is that a framework for a new build?
Is that a framework for a new build? On the back here, yes, that's going to be the Haunted Mansion eventually. I've got to build up all out the front here yet. My original designs were incorrect for this. I left loads of room, so I knew I could build it out properly. But so that's fine. So I've got the exit pathway there, I've got the entrance pathway here. This will go round and sweep up into the front door here. There'll be a little graveyard here. The front doors will be here, and you've got like a big room that you can look into, and you walk around inside the Haunted Mansion, go into an elevator, go down the elevator, and then you enter the ride here. This is where the entrance to the ride's going to be, and then you'll get on the ride here, and around we'll go in the Haunted Mansion. So this is where it will go eventually, and that's all I've done so far of that. So I've got hours of work to go into this. But I've got this entire building to build inside of, as well as I can go underground, so another great benefit of Minecraft.
Did you get any help from your friends for this?
No, I've had no help from anyone else on this. This is literally just single player, offline, on my PlayStation. This has all just been built by me over a long time. Yeah, it's just practice. It's a great. I recommend anyone giving this sort of thing a go, building a theme park or something, because it's a great way
That's
of playing.
impressive.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just practice. It gives you an excuse to play. You're doing theming, you're doing buildings, you're doing rides, you're doing, things like this, stables. It gives you an excuse to do it, right? That's what I think is cool about doing Minecraft, stuff like this. I think a lot of the time people get held back by trying to think of where to start. So sometimes it's nice to get inspired by this. And again, I'm not rigid with this. I'm not trying to build a replica scale. I'm not trying to build everything perfectly. I'm using reference pictures to get an idea, and then I'm just playing with it. The main progress here is just to have a bit of fun. And at the end of it, it'll be cool because you get to walk around and have all these things